magazine, and my publisher back then, when I'm the one that told him about the Marriage Equality March, he wasn't even aware of it. He's like, it's really sad that they're doing such a poor job in creating a buzz. And these club promoters are there promoting events such as Six Flags Gay throughout because they're getting a kickback from it, are not even mentioning it. Well, they're getting all the benefits back. That I think that almost like you guys need to reach out to the club, those promoters, and tell them that it's their responsibility, that they're going to benefit from events such as Six Flags and all these events. The white party that they,
if we spent like 1/10 of the money we spend partying, we'd be free.
Right.
We would be free. Any more questions? Yes. All of the national gay and lesbian organizations have endorsed the march, except for the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force, and they are still going through their process. We are supported by all of these organizations. We just got endorsed by 86 organizations in the state of Florida. And I'm also proud to announce that Julian Bond has agreed to be one of the speakers. So we have a very important historic civil rights leader, president of the NAACP board. It's very much about equality under the law for all of our citizens. And I also want to say that this is not, I am concerned about Obama's lack of action thus far, but he is my president, he is your president. I suspect many of you, as I did, campaigned for him. So this is not a march against Obama. This is a march to encourage him to do what we believe he knows is right in his heart. Any more questions? Yes. Yes, come to the organizing meeting if you can. If you cannot, sign up with our website, but it's not that difficult to put together a bus. I think also somebody ought to start calling Amtrak and put together a freedom train. But New York is so important to us because there's so many supporters of equality in New York City who have the ability to get on a train or bus, get their asses down there, march, and then come home without spending a lot of money. I understand these are economic hard times. Some people have suggested that that's really the worst part of the timing of this thing, but I also feel like I'm not waiting for economic recovery for my rights, because I might be waiting a long time. But I'm so happy to have this new generation. I was just recently in Fresno, California, which is like the armpit of the West Coast, and it was the center of the Yes on 8 campaign. I was invited to speak to a Gay Straight Alliance gathering of queer and allied youth in Fresno, California. I thought, okay, there's going to be like 30 people there, maybe. And I showed up at this downtown church. It was packed. There were over 300 kids, 13 to 17 years old, gay and straight, overwhelmingly Latino, and absolutely ready to do whatever it takes to win equality, including getting arrested in nonviolent civil disobedience. It is your generation that is going to win this victory for us. We need you. We need all of your friends. Organize, organize, get on the bus, get them down to D.C. Yes? Great, so out front, you'll have a chance to sign up and get a flyer for the rally. There was one question here, yeah.
If cost is an issue, there are a zillion different bus services for $15 each way from here to DC. Just Google it. If less than 10 hits, I'd be surprised. So cost shouldn't be that big of a barrier.
Got time for 2 more questions. Anybody? Yes. Well, you know, I work for a labor union. I mean, some people think I'm this, like, rich guy that works for Gay Incorporated. I'm actually a labor organizer, and I work for the Hotel Workers Union. And I mention this to you because the overwhelming majority of our members are immigrants. They're people from Guyana and Eritrea and Ethiopia and Mexico and Costa Rica. Many of our members are Muslim, many of them are Catholic, many of them are Mormon. And our union has taken an unequivocal position in support of full equality for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people. We're a democratic union, though, so this is a conversation that's going on. And part of my job is to talk to these people, hard-working people who came here fleeing famine and war and repression, and they've come to this country and to Canada in hopes of a better life for their children and their grandchildren. They've made incredible sacrifices, and most of them are people of faith who have never had any awareness or information about the LGBT community or our struggle. And I talk with them, and it's difficult, but what I have found is that if you approach this with respect, you may not share their beliefs, I do not, but with respect for their heartfelt beliefs. And if you speak openly about your life, what I find gets through the religious part of it is the issue of economic justice. When you talk about marriage, two people who live their lives together, who raise a family, whose finances are intertwined, why would the surviving partner not be entitled to Social Security benefits? I visit military bases. I meet these brave young people, some getting ready for their second or third tour of duty in Afghanistan or Iraq. They think that they're fighting to defend our freedom. I don't agree with that. But I respect and honor the decision that they have made. And I also know that many of them are queer. And if they lose their lives, as so many have in this futile war, their partners get no benefits. So this is the way I try to have that conversation with the religious people. It's not about what we do in bed. It's not about who we worship or how we worship. It's about economic justice. It's about fairness under the law. And I think that that's the argument that breaks through. One more question. I want to introduce my best friend in the whole world, Gilbert Baker. Please stand up, Gilbert. Just stand up, girl. Gilbert Baker is the creator of the rainbow flag. That's right. And unfortunately, he didn't have the sense to patent it. So you see all these rainbow tchotchkes everywhere. He doesn't make a penny off of it. So listen, I have such love for the Hair tribe. Dustin Lance Black and I went to see Hair. We had really good seats. Gavin came down and lay across our laps while he sang. We fell in love with him. And then we went backstage and they said that they wished they could come to the march, but they couldn't because they had a show and they'd already sold tickets. And I said, well, maybe you could help us promote it in New York. And they said, we'll do whatever we can. And a week later, I get the email saying that they canceled their show on October 11th. And they were going to Washington, D.C., and they were going to sing for